Coming up on SMTV News, see how Hattiesburg has an opioid settlement advisory board to make sure the funds go towards addiction and related programs. Reporter Sophia Vetrano has more.
Find out about a program targeted towards first-generation students on campus. Reporter Ashley Naylor tells us more.
Find out about the behind-the-scenes on what makes our sport events happen later in the show.
And to wrap up today's newscast, we'll hear more from our SMTV sports anchor Gabe Calhoun about the upcoming games for your Golden Eagles.
All this and more coming up on SMTV News.
Your SMTV newscast starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Studios on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News, the voice of the student.
Good morning, I'm Kiara Fox.
And I'm Stephanie Perez-Munoz. Here's our top story.
Several companies involved in the opioid supply chain are expected to pay about $50 billion over the next 2 decades to the National Opioid Settlement. This money has been allotted across the states to go towards addiction-related programs. SMTV reporter Sophia Vetrano looks into how Mississippi is using the settlement money.
Mississippi is years behind other states in using its opioid settlement money. However, Hattiesburg has an opioid settlement advisory board to make sure the funds go towards addiction-related programs.
And so there are a number of settlements that are coming down the pike, but the one that I'm involved in is the opioid settlement, abatement settlement. It's from funds from pharmaceutical distributors and from actual chain drugstores that continue to push these drugs long after the risk and the dangers were known to them. So Mississippi is getting about $370 million out of that settlement over the next 10 or 12 years. 70% of it is going to be given out in grants. And I'm on the committee that will be reviewing the grants, rating the grants, and then making recommendations that the grant be approved or denied. And the legislature has the final say.
Young adults ages 18 to 25 have the highest rates of opioid use. This is why having things such as Narcan easily accessible can be life-saving. Southern Miss provides overdose emergency kits to ensure students' safety.
I feel like that's very appreciative for like all students. I feel like everybody should appreciate that, like, and go look out for it. And like, if anybody has like opioid addiction or anything like that, they should go seek to find a resource. Students especially too, because like the stress and stuff from school, they might go to it from like different areas that's around here. So
The Opioid Settlement Advisory Board is doing everything they can to make sure these funds go towards fighting addiction. Sophia Vetrano, SMTV News.
Moore says there's no demographic that addiction attracts. It is an equal opportunity destroyer. His board is making sure this settlement money helps those who have fallen victim to addiction.
On October 4th, Hattiesburg has its 5th food truck festival called the Taste of the South. It was held downtown and hosted by Fairleigh Wings and the Hattiesburg JCs. The state president for JCI Mississippi, Carl Ehrenstein, says this event covers everything from community development to economic development.
Which is the Mississippi JCs. We've been putting this on for the last 5 years, the Food Truck Festival. Part of being in JCs is community development, economic impact, individual development. This event covers all of that. You see all the trucks that we have here. It's economic development that we've got going on, boosting taxes for Hattiesburg and South Mississippi.
The festival consisted of multiple food truck vendors providing a taste of a little of everything, from BBQ, seafood, international flavors, sweet treats, and a variety of drinks. There was music from DJ Cujo, community vendors, and sponsored booths. The streets were filled with over 3,000 people dancing, eating, drinking, and exploring downtown.
I went and got ready, and we here. There's so many places out here. It's places from like every culture. But there's great food out here at great prices. And it's a lot of people out here celebrating just the Food Truck Festival.
To learn more about what events are up next for Hattiesburg, go to visithburg.org.
For many first-generation students, the path isn't always clear. They're always starting a new chapter, overcoming doubts, and rewriting the story for themselves and their families.
While the journey can be filled with challenges, these students are providing the determination, support, and right resources. Success is possible.
SMTV News reporter Ashley Naylor has more.
Being the first in your family to go to college is a journey full of uncertainty and self-discovery. First-generation students are often figuring things out on their own. For Denai Richard, that was the most challenging part.
I talked to my mom about everything, so not be able to call her and ask her questions about certain things because she never experienced anything like this. So for me to navigate without her, it was a very challenging thing for me.
Support programs on campus are helping them find their way. For Denaya, that support made all the difference.
Trio, that was my first organization that I did join.
While multiple programs supported her journey, it was Trio that provided the tools and one-on-one guidance she needed to be successful. Dr. Dina Green has more information on how the program helps first-gen students like Denaya.
If there are not other places they can go to ask questions, they know they can come to Trio to ask questions, and not only will we help them with one-on-one interactions, but also provide some of those transferable skills that we know are important for their success in helping them to get ready for life.
You can visit Trio, which is located in Cook Library, room 109 on the first floor. It is not always easy, but Denaya and Cameron have some advice for first-gen students.
I would say do things that you're uncomfortable with. Meet people, get out there. You never know who you will meet.
Keep going. It may get hard, it may get tough. Just always remember what you're here for. Remember your why.
From uncertainty to achievement, first-generation students are proving that with the right support, anything is possible. Ashley Naylor, SMTV News.
Coming up next on SMTV News, weather anchor Sophia Vetrano has your forecast for Hattiesburg and the Gulf Park campus in Long Beach.
And learn more about a new fire alert system that Hub City firefighters are getting when SMTV News returns.
The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct offers the largest selection of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster, which means you can buy it today and sleep on it tonight. Come experience the cooling comfort of Tempur-Pedic, the ultimate support of Stearns & Foster, and of course, the most trusted name in sleep, Sealy Posturepedic. Why settle for less when you can sleep on a Sealy for $4.99, plus get the sheets and pillows for free? The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel.
The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, amplifying truth and combating false information across Southeast Mississippi, reporting what matters and giving control to the community. With our What is True hotline, we're fighting back against misinformation and disinformation, making sure our communities get the facts straight from the source. Through trusted journalism and a dedicated fact-checking process, we ensure every story is accurate and fair. The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center at the University of Southern Mississippi, reporting what matters through the Scripps Howard Foundation. Visit rhcjcnews.com to learn more.
Now, from SMTV News, here's your Golden Eagle forecast.
Hey Golden Eagles, I'm Sophia Vetrano, here with some good news. Summer weather is nearing its end. If you've been waiting for that stretch of comfortable fall weather, you're going to love what's ahead. Both in Hattiesburg and Long Beach, there is some nice weather. Let's start with Hattiesburg. Thursday will feel warm but pleasant with highs around 88 degrees and that low at 66. Plenty of sunshine. It's the kind of day where you'll feel the warmth but not that sticky humidity we've gotten used to. As we head into Friday, temperatures dip slightly. Highs around 78 with a nice low in the high 60s. Saturday will feel even better with lows in the 60s and that temperature should not go over 84. This means comfortable afternoons plans for all outdoor stuff. Looking at our 7-day forecast. Temperatures remain around the same with highs in the 80s and lows staying in the 60s. That fall feeling is slowly approaching us here in Mississippi. No rain in sight all week, so it's a great stretch to get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Now, along the coast in Long Beach, Thursday brings a touch more humidity with highs near 90 with no chance of rain. The rest of the week looks beautiful. On Friday, the highs hover in the 80s with overnight lows settling around 71 degrees. Saturday brings the same, but a little cooler with that low at 68. Looking into the rest of the week on our Gulf Park campus, it's pretty consistent with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. Don't worry about bringing an umbrella with that 0% chance of rain. So it'll be a little warmer than our Golden Eagles in Hattiesburg. Overall, a quiet, beautiful week ahead. No rain to worry about, no major swings in temperature, just a steady dose of classic early fall weather. Enjoy it while it lasts. How are y'all feeling about the fall coming?
I'm so excited because I love the fall weather way better than summer weather. What do you think?
I love sweater weather, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to miss that hot weather sometimes.
Excuse me.
I'm so sorry.
I can't do it with the sweat anymore.
I can't either.
It's too hot.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's like a fire.
It's okay. Well, thank you so much, Sophia, for that weather. Now covering news around Hattiesburg, getting a good night's sleep can be tough for firefighters constantly on call.
The Hattiesburg Fire Department is taking steps to change that with a new alert system designed to protect firefighters' health and improve their performance. Kennedy Drake explains how this works.
The Hattiesburg Fire Department will implement a new alert system to enhance firefighter safety and well-being.
Currently, all of the fire stations are notified together, causing wake-ups and excessive excitement for calls that maybe are only needing 2 or 3 people at a time.
This new system will notify each fire station independently. It will alert only the stations needed for each emergency call. The alert system will reduce unnecessary disruptions and allow firefighters to rest, something that Assistant Chief Carr says is important based off of professional studies.
The studies have shown that the constant awakening is detrimental to your health, and therefore this system will eliminate some of that unnecessary waking.
The project is funded by the Forest County Emergency Management and will cost more than $97,000. Spencer Taylor, Station 1 B Shift Captain, says waking up multiple times at night can leave firefighters sleep deprived.
Just your cortisol levels, your blood pressure, all the stress levels that inherently are on the body that you may not know. Hopefully with these studies and everything that's shown, it's going to help kind of alleviate some of that.
Assistant Fire Chief Chris Carr says the new alert system won't affect how quickly firefighters will respond, but it will instead keep them healthy in the long run.
It's not going to have any effect on the ability of the fire department to provide services, and the public will not notice a decrease in services or personnel on their call.
The new alert system is expected to be installed by the end of the year. Fire officials say it's another step toward improving both firefighter health and performance while maintaining quality service for Hattiesburg residents. Kennedy Drake, SMTV.
Learning to read shouldn't feel impossible, but for children with dyslexia, it often does. Mississippi is working to close that gap through an early screening and scholarships. Still, professional help can be hard to find. Roy Howard Community Journalism Center reporter Sammy Jordan spoke with one family who says access to the right help made all the difference.
Darlene Bush says her daughter Ella started struggling in school and pre-K.
She can never find her name. They spent a week on a letter. She may not be able to recognize it anywhere.
By first grade, Ella was falling behind.
We would spend 2 and 3 hours trying to get through first grade homework.
Later that year, Ella was diagnosed with dyslexia, a learning disability that affects reading, writing, and spelling. The next fall, she enrolled at the 3D School in Petal, one of 5 state-approved special-purpose schools for children with dyslexia. The school's founder, Dr. Sina Holofield, says Mississippi has hundreds of licensed dyslexia therapists, but only a fraction work in public schools.
There are lots of certified therapists in the state. A lot of them are not actually practicing because, they're not being hired. And the only way that you can practice it is through private therapy.
Mississippi law doesn't require school districts to hire dyslexia therapists, but the state does offer a dyslexia therapy scholarship to help families cover tuition at specialized schools.
We filled out the paperwork, but the 3D school took care of all the submissions, and the scholarship covered half of the tuition.
With daily one-on-one support, Ella began reading, and her confidence soared.
Once they got to school there, it made totally different children. It's like they just blossomed into their true potential.
After 2 years, Ella returned to public school, reading on grade level. By 5th grade, she won an English Language Arts Award.
If I had to go back and do it all again, I would not hesitate one bit. It was life-changing.
Reporting for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, I'm Sammy Jordan.
SMTV Sports anchor Gabe Calhoun has updates for the next matchups for the Golden Eagles.
And hear how USM is rising in the ranks to be one of the top athletic schools in the Sun Belt Conference when SMTV returns.
Does your furniture store check all the boxes? At Furniture Direct, we check all the boxes and then some. Lowest price guarantee, name brand quality, 0% interest financing, locally owned and operated, local warehouse, which means you buy it today and get it today. At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Name brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, Franklin, Catnapper, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and more. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination.
Are you a Mississippi University College enrolled junior or senior pursuing an exciting career in broadcasting? The Mississippi Association of Broadcasters is offering scholarships to help qualified college students realize their dreams. Mississippi radio and TV broadcasters are looking for the best of the best to work in a variety of rewarding positions. Apply today and learn more. Visit msbroadcasters.org and click on the Students link. Applications must be received by October 17th. Apply today.
Now, time for your SMTV Sports.
What's going on, Golden Eagles? I'm Gabe Calhoun, your SMTV Sports anchor. We have a loaded sports segment for y'all, so let's get right into it. USM football was on a bye this week, but that's not important as today is game day. USM will travel to Statesboro, Georgia to take on the Georgia Southern Eagles. This is the first matchup in the modern college football era between the two teams. Kickoff is set for 7, and the game will be on ESPN2 for those who are not able to attend. Speaking of traveling, the Golden Eagles volleyball team traveled to Arkansas State this past weekend for 2 matchups against the Red Bulls. The Golden Eagles would fall in the first one with a score of 1-3, but recovered with a clutch win 3-2. Southern Miss will continue conference play this Friday as the Raging Cajuns come to the Wellness Center in Hattiesburg. The first game will be October 10th at 6, and the next game will follow Saturday, October 11th. Soccer would have 2 games this week against the state of Louisiana as they traveled to UL Thursday and got goose eggs 0-5. Southern Miss had 5 total shots on goal, or 5 total shots and 3 shots on goal. As for Sunday, it was a pink out, and ULM would try to spoil it, as they would get on the board first. But Chloe Beast Mode Taylor would tie the game 1-1. ULM found their strategy in crashing in the net and would score 2 more goals, as USM would drop this one 1-3. USM looks to right those wrongs this Sunday against Arkansas State. Kickoff is at 1 at the Marshall Bell Complex, and attendance is always encouraged. You know, guys, I'm kind of sad we can't go to the game. Statesboro is 8 hours away from us.
That's a long drive. I don't think I could take that drive. What about you, Steph?
I can't take that
Hey,
drive.
I'm scared of planes, so we can't fly. But we can go to Buffalo Wild Wings or Walk-Ons and watch the game, you know.
No, that's
cheer on our Golden
speed.
Eagles because it's an important conference game. We need it.
You're right. Thank you so much for that sports segment, Gabe.
No problem. As always, your man with the plan. I'm always here.
The man with the plan. Southern Miss is rising the ranks as a top school in the Sun Belt in terms of sports.
Former athletes look back at their time of being a Southern Miss athlete.
From the gridiron to the diamond to the hardwood, Southern Miss loves its athletes and praises them for their hard work and dedication within their respective sport. Jada McDougal gives her insight on what it was like to be an athlete at the University of Southern Mississippi.
And the academic side and just as a person in general, I got to grow in my athleticism. I got to grow, you know, just be more mature and just being able to say that I was a USM track and field athlete.
But with all the trials and tribulations of being a D1 athlete, there's memories to be made, whether it's with teammates, fans, or just being in the game. Jana Lee, a former softball standout, looks back on her time as a Golden Eagle and reflects very well.
My coaches, all my teammates, they helped for shaping for me to the woman I am today. And I'm just so thankful that Southern Miss was a part of my plan.
Sports has definitely been better in the past year, and the sky is the limit.
At Southern Miss, it's no secret that we care about our sports. But have you ever stepped back and thought about the people besides the athletes and coaches that make it possible? Those would be the equipment managers. Recently, we sat down with head equipment manager Reed McGee and asked him about the behind-the-scenes element of being an equipment manager that the public may not know.
It's kind of one of those positions that not a lot of people hear about, but it's pretty important to the day-to-day operations. In terms of football, like we set up locker rooms, you know, we order all the uniforms, order all the protective equipment for the players. So I think it's underrated.
When you are out enjoying the festivities, remember about all the ones who make it possible.
Softball season is here. Well, kind of. As the Lady Golden Eagles, led by Coach Poole, take the field the fall for the little extra practice before the season. SMTV's Gabe Calhoun has more.
You might hear the crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, and fans cheering and get a bit confused. Softball season doesn't start until February, and you'd be right. But what people don't know is softball has a fall ball season. Coach Natalie Poole has more on what fall ball means to USM.
We're looking to do a few things. We will only be about a week and a half into team practice once we begin fall ball. And so for us, it's let's get out, let's play, and play the same. Let's see if we have some girls who rise to the occasion when they get on the field. We need the opportunity to work out some nerves for especially some of those young athletes.
as Coach Poole has gathered 11 new freshmen, along with her returners who could possibly be changing positions and some transfers getting adjusted to the new team. Fall ball is a great thing. It also gives Coach Poole and staff some insight on the team for the actual season, if adjustments need to be made.
One, it's an opportunity to see who we are as a team, like how we move during games. Are we competitive? Are we locked in? Are we focused? How are we executing certain skills that we're working on at practice? What does our base running look like? What does our timing look like with that? Who's more aggressive than others? And who's getting good reads on contact? Things like that.
Preparation made by Coach Poole and the squad will be very tedious as they try to make a run for Omaha in the College World Series in June. I'm Gabriel Calhoun, SMTV.
Coming up on SMTV's news, this week's Eagle interview is featuring Miss Hospitality.
Don't go anywhere. SMTV News will be right back.
Are you waking up with the bed aches? At Furniture Direct, we have the solution, the all-new Sealy Posturepedic. Sealy is the brand. Posturepedic is the technology to give you the restful sleep you deserve. Sealy is the most trusted name in sleep, and at Furniture Direct, we have the largest selection at the lowest price allowed by the factory. Buy it today and sleep on it tonight, plus take months to pay 0% interest. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination.
To make sure our futures took off, we joined the Mississippi Army National Guard. With part-time service, we were able to get paid training in the aviation field. We learned skills that helped us get started down the path to a great civilian career. And this is just one out of the hundreds of jobs the Mississippi Army National Guard can train you for. You can learn a trade and earn money for school, all while serving close to home and being there for your community. See what your future could look like by going to nationalguard.com/ms.
Hey everyone, I'm your host, Micah Hill, back with another episode of Eagle Interview. Today I have Taylor Garrickson, our Mississippi Miss Hospitality 2025. Hey Taylor, how are you doing today?
I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for accepting to be here. We're so happy to have you on the show. So starting off, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at the University of Southern Mississippi.
Well, I'm a senior digital journalism major, and I graduate this coming May. I transferred from Jones College, so this is my second year at Southern Miss, and I'm a Dixie Darling here, which I absolutely love doing. And I do some social media work on the side, some writing on the side, and also dance team coaching on the side. I have a pretty busy schedule. I'm involved in a lot of things, but I'm really happy to hold this crown and this title, and I'm just so excited for what's to come.
I love that. Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about your background as a digital journalism major here at the University of Southern Mississippi.
So like I said, I started off at Jones College majoring in journalism. And there I was involved on the broadcast team, the yearbook staff. I did a lot of broadcast work, kind of how SMTV does, and I absolutely loved it. And so I decided to further my education to Southern Miss, to the top, where I'm majoring in digital journalism because I didn't want to limit myself to just broadcast. I love broadcast, but I love to write and I love to speak and I love to do all of the things that are involved in journalism, so I decided to major in that.
I love that so much. And so now that you're our Mississippi's Miss Hospitality, tell us a little bit about that. What was your journey like? What was the preparation to get you the crown?
It didn't just start this past year. It actually started about 3 years ago. I competed for the title as Leaksville's Miss Hospitality of 2023, and I placed in the top 10, and that was what I went home with that year. And then I decided, which the Miss Hospitality program, you have to wait a year in between if you want to compete again. So I waited a year, and then I came back as Greene County's Miss Hospitality, which is where I have the crown today. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty surreal. I'm the first returning contestant to ever win the title, and so I'm so thankful. It's been 3 years of work, 3 years of making connections, 3 years of networking, 3 years of just learning all the things about Mississippi and loving Mississippi to my fullest potential.
Speaking of connections and speaking of opportunities, tell us about the opportunities that you've had on campus. What are some things that you've been able to do as our Miss Hospitality, and what are some things you plan on continuing to do?
Well, so far I've had the opportunity to go to do a lot of things. Well, this interview currently, I've been contacted by so many people here on campus asking about how Southern Miss has impacted my journey as Miss Hospitality, and I absolutely love to share that. I absolutely love to talk about how great Southern Miss has been to me, and the entire faculty here has been so supportive ever since I gained this title, and it just makes it even better that Southern Miss is one of our sponsors for the Miss Hospitality program. So it's so exciting, and I just absolutely love it, and I have a lot of great things coming up next week. I'm going to the Governor's Conference in Jackson, and I will spend 3 days up there for the Governor's Conference on tourism, because as Mississippi's Miss Hospitality, I'm the ambassador for economic development and tourism in the state. So I spend a lot of time promoting the state and who we are.
So what are your plans for after graduation? What are you planning on doing after this, after passing on the Miss Hospitality title?
That is such a good question, because I'm asked that all the time, especially since I'm about to graduate. I should probably get it together.
No.
But I honestly have no idea. I've done an internship with my hometown's newspaper, the Greene County Herald, and I love that. I'm currently working as the social media content creator for Southern Bone and Joint, and I'm also a high school dance team choreographer. So
You're doing so much.
Yes, I wear a lot of hats, and I have so many passions and so many interests, and so it's just kind of figuring out what I want to do the most. And so it's going to take a lot of deciding, a lot of putting in applications everywhere, just meeting people, getting to know people that work in the fields that I'm interested in. And I just really hope to continue working in maybe journalism and also dance team coaching, because I just can't give up dance ever.
Right, I understand that. And were there any challenges that you experienced while taking on the crown?
Currently, or whenever I was competing?
When you're competing currently, whichever one.
So one of the biggest challenges when competing is, of course, it's stressful. It's a lot. You take on a lot at one time, and you can have a lot of anxiety. It can be very stressful, like I said. The competition process involves 5 interviews, a total of 5 interviews. So you spend a lot of time preparing for an interview, but we also have a speech competition, a speech portion of the competition, and a commercial portion, and an evening gown portion. So I spend a lot of time prepping for interview, speech, commercial, doing a lot of things that require studying and learning things about myself, because while it is a pageant, they want a representative who can represent them in the best way possible, who can speak to anyone from a young child to the governor of Mississippi, who can carry the crown with grace. And so you spend a lot of time learning things about Mississippi, and I did spend a lot of time learning all the things about Mississippi, but also things about myself. And I hate to sound a little cliche, but I think it really helped me find myself in the best way possible.
I love that. What are some ways that you've been able to grow? I know that you said that you've had to know a lot about Mississippi, but has this helped any skills that you wanted to, improve on or work through? Has this title helped you with those things?
I feel like I've always been pretty good in public speaking, but it really helped me define my skills in public speaking. It really helped me be my best in public speaking, because we do a lot of speaking on stage, speaking in front of crowds, doing speaking interviews like this. And so I used to get a lot of anxiety whenever I would speak. And of course everybody gets nervous whenever they speak in front of people. That's just humans. But I feel like now I can be more relaxed in who I am, be more confident that whatever comes out of my mouth, it's going to be me. It's going to be 100% me. It's going to be 100% Taylor, and it's going to be 100% Mississippi.
And I feel like you're doing an amazing job as
Thank
our
you.
Mississippi Hospitality.
Thank you.
So we have lots of people who may be interested in taking on the title, especially little girls who are looking up to you. What's some advice that you have for them if this is something that they want to pursue?
Some advice that I would give them is you never know until you start. You never know how something is going to go until you get started. And I would say just get started right now, whether it be in your high school pageant, just getting up on a stage. It means so much, and it makes such a difference in the lives of so many. But also get involved in Miss Hospitality when you are of age. It starts at 18 years old. As soon as you graduate high school, you are eligible to compete in this competition, and I encourage it. I tell I've encountered so many people my age ever since I've won the title, and I'm like, you should compete for Miss Hospitality. You know what? You should compete for Miss Hospitality, Micah.
That's nice.
And I just think, I don't know, I just feel like it makes such a difference in so many lives. There's so many girls that competed this year that have never done a pageant before, and you could have never been able to tell. They were amazing. They were amazing on stage. They were amazing in their interview. They were amazing in their speech. And everyone, you just become so much more polished. It just makes you such a better person.
And thank you, Golden Eagles, for joining us for another segment of Eagle Interview. I'm your host, Micah Hill, signing off. Hey everyone.
So, did you guys know that Smack was hosting a talent show this Friday?
No, really?
Absolutely.
You think I can do my impressions?
I don't see why not.
Oh my God, no way.
Man, I'm thinking of more of a New Edition dance. I feel like we can steal the show.
I
You
think
guys
we
want to
could.
practice?
Yeah.
Hit it. Hey. Da-da-da-da.
Now I'm super excited to go, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching SMTV News. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe to SM2 on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and X.
Get all of our newscasts, SMTV original programs, and even stream the student radio station WUSM. This is all available at sm2media.com.
If you would like to submit a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
And don't forget, the latest issue of the Student Prince newspaper is out now. Pick up your copy today. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on our next episode of SMTV. I'm Kiera Fox.
And I'm Stephanie Perez Munoz. Always remember, Southern Miss
to the top.